Welcome to Waukesha County GovCast, your source for what's happening in our vibrant community. I'm your host, Hillary Mintz, Public Information Officer.
And I'm Sean Lundy, Chief of Staff for Waukesha County Executive Paul Farrow.
Each episode, we dive into the latest news, community projects, and the initiatives shaping Waukesha County, where innovation meets public service. From in-depth discussions on local governance to county services, we're here to keep you informed and connected. So whether you're a resident, a business owner, or just curious about local government, join us for a closer look at the heart of your county. Well, welcome to GovCast. Today is Wednesday, August 5th. I'm Hillary Mintz here with Sean Lundy.
Hey, Hillary.
Hey, Sean. Well, on this episode, we'll meet the man who just took the oath of office to serve as the Interim County Executive following the passing of former County Executive Paul Farrow. Why he's ready to lead, the experience he brings, and what he hopes to accomplish at the county ahead of the special election in December. But first, here's what's happening in Waukesha County. Thursday, the public visitation celebration for Paul Farrow will be held at the Waukesha County Expo Center from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m., with remarks beginning at 5:30. The event is open to the public. If you experienced any damage during the severe weather in our area in April, you may qualify for FEMA assistance. The deadline to apply is August 31st. For more information, visit waukeshacounty.gov, disasterassistance.gov, or subscribe to our monthly county newsletter. Finally, fall right around the corner, the ever-popular Apple Harvest Fest held at our Retzer Nature Center, currently looking for volunteers. Volunteering gets you into the festival for free. All the details can be found on the events page of Parks and Land Use right there on our website. All right, now we are back to our guest here. We are welcoming Tom Farley, our Interim County Executive. Tom, I understand it's your first time ever on a podcast.
Yes, it is.
And welcome officially to GovCast. We're so glad you're here.
Thank you, Hillary. It's nice to be here.
For our listeners, on our last GovCast, we talked with Acting County Executive Jim Heinrich, who was here with us, and he became Acting County Executive immediately following Paul's passing. That was then a quick few weeks until he appointed you, and the county board confirmed your appointment unanimously, and here you are. And you'll be in this position until December when a special election will be held. The winner will then serve out the rest of County Executive Farrow's term, which runs through April, and a spring election will be held that will allow that individual to serve for a full 4-year term, and all this is dictated by state law. So we've gone through lots of different transitions and things in the past almost month exactly, and you were just sworn in last week, and it's your first full week on the job, so how's everything going?
Well, it's going pretty good. I have to say that I had expectations of what it was going to be like, and some of those have come to fruition, and there's been a lot of new things that I wasn't quite prepared for. But it's fun. It's been good, and people have been good. So that's why I think so far I've had a good week.
And you're no stranger to many of us here in the county. In fact, you've spent decades just down the hall, probably a couple doors down from where we are right now. You were the county's top attorney for 25 years. You worked for Waukesha County for 31 years. You were happily enjoying retirement, is my understanding, when the phone rang, and you had, lots of conversations with County Board Chairman Jim Heinrich, who eventually appointed you or nominated you. And now, so you're back.
Is this are you like the Brett Favre of county staff?
Well, he didn't go to the Vikings. I mean, he's here. He's back with the pack. So
that's true. And when I retired. I don't know why I'm back. But, well, I do.
We're glad you are. But let's get into that a little bit. So, what was your decision making? I guess what's your reaction to getting that phone call? And it's out of the blue, unexpected. I don't know if it's Chairman Heinrich or somebody else, maybe who called you first. But what's your reaction to that? And then what was behind your decision making to actually say that you would be up for the job?
Well, I was actually completely flabbergasted to get the call, but then I said, and thought about the fact that for 25 to 30 years, I've seen a lot of things go on. I was here watching it, part of it, helping it, seeing it grow because it's changed and grown. We've got a great county here, and it does a lot of great things. And it's kind of a behind-the-scenes operation, but the quality of life in Waukesha County is improved because of the things that the county government does. And I had no real desire to actually run for the office. Retirement was good, but for a short period of time, I think I can keep the pipes connected, keep the water running, and continue the excellent kind of development that this county has gone through from initially having a county executive till now, where the citizens of Waukesha County will get to elect another one.
So you hang up the phone with Jim Heinrich. What do you say to your wife?
Well, at first I don't tell her because I know she's going to say, like a couple other people have said, "Are you crazy?"
Yeah.
Maybe I am a little, but at least I don't only have to be crazy for a short period of time.
And I really think that your experience that you bring to the table and your judgment are the two most important things that, when we were even having conversations and when Chairman Heinrich was going through, like, what candidates would be appropriate, who should be considered for this role, because it is a difficult time, difficult timing, because we're in the middle of the budget process that, we'll kind of touch on here in a second. But, we were all kind of thinking like it needs to be someone who can serve in a fiduciary role, who can be a caretaker, but more than a caretaker. A caretaker, that word's been thrown around in this, but it's someone who, it's not doing nothing. It's someone who is providing experienced leadership, experienced judgment, that when we do encounter things that, there may be ups and downs. It might not be totally smooth sailing for the next 6 months. And you need someone that can rely on and lean on what they've done for the past 25 or 30 years and have, good judgment and get us to the right place and have the public have confidence in what you're doing. And so that's...
Well, thank you for saying that, Sean.
Well, you wrote the script. I'm just reading.
On the other hand, another reason why I was able to do this is I knew a lot of the people that are here that over the years have the same kind of experience and the same kind of judgment, and I'll be able to rely on those people. And I know how reliable they are because I've worked with them in the past. And there'll be some new people, but all new people bring new and good ideas too. And I'm kind of hoping that the issues that cause difficulty here will be resolved by the difficulty resolvers that have done it for 25 or 30 years. We'll do it.
So were you surprised by the outpouring of support for your nomination? So let me just read a couple of things here. Former County Executive Dan Varakis called your experience, quote, unmatched. County Board Chairman Jim Heinrich said that you fit the criteria he was looking for flawlessly. And then you were unanimously approved by the Waukesha County Board of Supervisors. Now, they can't all have poor judgment, Tom. So what do you attribute these accolades to and votes of confidence?
I was absolutely stunned by the amount of outpouring and the support that's been there. When you're in a semi-leadership role, not the actual leader role that the county executive is, you make hard decisions, and you sometimes ruffle some feathers, and you've got to do what you think is the right thing to do, and not everybody's happy. All those people must have gone away that weren't happy with me because I've heard only nice things. I'm sure there's other things being said, but the fact of the matter is I've been humbled by how nice and how wonderful people have been. So be nice if it can continue.
Well,
fingers crossed.
You've had a few days on the job, and you've had a busy few days. And as Sean mentioned, this is the thick of budget season. And you're about 6 weeks away from introducing the 2027 county budget. You've already met with some of our biggest departments, Public Works, emergency preparedness, which is where our 911 dispatch center is, emergency management, county clerks, county board. So how are you approaching this budget? Again, you just have a few months with us. Any big changes, or are you kind of going with the flow? What are you relying on here?
Well, there probably is no need to be any big changes. We've been, the county has been operating very efficiently and very well run for many, many, many years. When I was here, I was a small part of what was going on, and didn't always see the big picture. Now I left county government for 10 years and kind of watched it from the outside, and it's operated in a way where we've become and ought to be the best county in the state. We really are. And that's happened with low taxes, and I think the lowest tax rate in the state, or maybe the second lowest, but we're right there. And we've done that pretty consistently, and I know how that's been done. I've seen it done both from the inside and the outside, and we're going to do our best to do that again. So that's how I'm approaching this.
So before you actually introduce the budget in September, the last week of September, before the county board, we'll have more meetings with individual departments. You will sit down with Department of Health and Human Services, which has a huge portion of our budget, a large portion of the county's tax levy, and certainly just overall a large number of employees. You'll also meet with our Department of Administration, so that's HR and information technology and all of those things. Prior to that, we'll have a public information session later this month where we're going to get critical public input on some issues. And then really October turns into, you introduce the budget, you hand the document over to the county board, and they hold their committee meetings, and then eventually in November they have a final vote on their version of the budget. It's essentially one of the last things that you'll do in an official capacity other than sign maybe November and December's ordinances, will be to either sign or veto the county budget.
But aside from the budget process, I mean, what can the public expect? I mean, when you were sworn in, I mean, it's not like we handed you the giant scissors and the ribbon and the shovels and the hard hats. I mean, you're I think similar to the budget. I mean, you're taking a little bit of a different approach with kind of what the public sees for you in this role.
Yes, the county executive's position is both administrative and political, or at least very, very, very public. I am an elected. I'm not elected. I'm not going to be elected, and I'm not as comfortable as the elected officials and people who are in front of the public in being there all the time. I think I can efficiently run the government. We have elected officials that want to be out with the public, meeting them, doing the ribbon cuttings, talking to the electorate about where they're going in their next terms. And so they ought to be out there more. I'm going to be here in the office just kind of making sure that, as I said before, the pipes are connected, the water's running, and we're moving forward as we have in the past.
Which actually could be very busy for you considering our construction project
That's
at the
true.
front entrance. So
Sometimes the water runs, sometimes it doesn't. But
It's been a little disheveled when you walked in the door. We had a lot going on that day. The air conditioner went out, and things really fell apart, folks, when Tom came on board. But
yeah, I guess you have to get the bad stuff out of the way first. The good stuff will come.
well, I think that we are definitely all looking forward to working with you over the next several months. I know I am personally, and our office team is really glad to hear you or to see you here and have you being a part of our team. And your relationship with County Board Chairman Jim Heinrich has been great. And Jim is sitting next to you, and in all those budget meetings that we've mentioned here today, you have the county board chair sitting right there, and he is also getting all this information about the county budget and providing direction early on in the budget process, which we've talked about in the past on this podcast about how that's a unique thing. And you are continuing that unique relationship where we do have the board and other decision makers in the room when major things are being discussed. It's one of the things that helps Waukesha County be like kind of this quiet layer of government that works very, very efficiently. And, you've done a good job so far in the last week or so making sure that that continues. So we're all definitely looking forward to the next couple months as we keep working through it.
Well, thank you. And with the board, with the elected officials, we'll get through these few months and be ready for the new executive when the electorate decides who they want.
All right. Well, Tom, thank you again for joining us. Thank you for listening. Follow and subscribe to GovCast, and we'll see you next time.